reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network.
Well, Captain Thackeray, a long way from home, aren't we? I thought we'd have saved you for last, but since you're here...
Oh dear, oh mercy, the white mantle is upon me. Whoa, lamentation! Is this the end for poor Logan?
Are you mocking me? I don't think you understand how this works. White Mantle, give the captain a demonstration.
No thanks. I think I already have a pretty good idea. Now!
Defend yourselves!
Happiness mode engaged.
Hello, I'm back.
Welcome.
Ready for action.
Happy to meet you, hero.
Glad to have you with us.
You'll find everything you need here.
Hail, traveler.
Wake up, you motherless Ettins. It's time to go.
I'd offer the traditional pirate's greeting, that your spleen is better unperforated.
You're listening to Guild Wars Reporter on the MMO Reporter Network, brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audibletrial.com/MMOReporter, and by Doghouse Systems. Choose your weapon at doghousesystems.com.
Hello and welcome to Guild Wars Reporter episode 189. This is Allona, and I do not have a Celeste with me this week. She is on mat
having
leave.
A parasite removed?
And or mat leave. Hunter.
Same thing.
And I am joined by the humble Hunter.
And thank you, alluvial Allona.
I'm now a forest.
That's boreal, or however you pronounce that.
Alluvial? Yeah.
Alluvial would be like sedimentary deposits via river.
No, it's a type of forest.
What is it? No, I don't think
Yes.
so. Alluvial.
Alluvial is a type of forest.
It's sedimentary deposits.
All right. We haven't even started the show yet. Okay, you're right. But there are forests that go with it.
Okay.
You're right. Okay, fine. Way to go, humble Hunter.
I was hardly bragging about my knowledge of alluvial fans, etc.
All right. Well, what did you do in game this week? I presume you play Guild Wars 2?
Oh, a little.
A little?
Yeah. So one of the things I did was I was scribing a lot for Relics of War and Mock, and Spirit had made this whole Super Adventure Box archway in the RO Guild Hall, and I thought that I would make some of the Super Adventure Box decorations for Mock, since we didn't have any, so I made the mountain, the platform, the wall, the pagoda column, the small rock, stuff like that. And yeah, I don't know what we're going to do with those, but we have them now.
Yeah.
And then some other stuff. I was working on the Sunrise Precursor collection. I had planned on doing both Sunrise and Twilight, but I had saved up 60 Deldrimore Steel, and it wasn't enough. I mean, I'm still on finishing level tier 2 of the collection, and it's just like painful.
Yeah.
Should be able to finish that up tonight, but...
Oh my gosh, really?
What? Tier 2?
So jealous.
Well, there's still tier 3 to go.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, and because of all the Deldrimore Steel I need, I've been gathering, and that's really profitable right now, because I've been gathering iron in places where, you know, the wood is really expensive right now, so I got a ton of seasoned wood and hardwood, and lots of gathering. I feel like I'm spending my life gathering.
Yeah, I find that really relaxing and enjoyable, but I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it's getting a little egregious, like... I don't know.
Egregious.
Egregious, yes. And I did my first level 100 fractal mitrin, which was fine. It was going fine for the most part, except during the last bombardment, someone mentioned that there was a mechanic that didn't exist at the other levels, and like I was surprised and ran into the bombardment and died. So I missed killing off the mobs that spawn in the final bit, and yeah, they got me up after they killed all the mobs. So, no. And aside from that, I did some pug dungeon paths. And
Wait, back to fractals for a second. What's your fractal personal reward level?
89, I think.
So you're getting there.
Yeah, I think hashtag is like exact same unless she's done some fractals since then.
Now, I had someone who was, Richie Bogotter was wanting to do the level 100, but the group we had, no one had it unlocked. So do you have to be level 100 to be able to unlock it?
Yeah.
Is that the only way? Okay.
I can only unlock up to level 89.
Okay.
Because my reward level is 89, yeah. So that's how that works. And, yeah, so I did some pug dungeon paths, trying to get the chests of dungeoneering that you get after doing 8 different paths, because Ara tends to take, forever for most of the paths, unless you find a really good group.
It does take a while.
Yes. like your tale from last week.
Oh my God. It was fun, but man.
Yeah, so I've got 2 of those so far, so I'm gonna save those up and just use them on Ara tokens when the time comes to get the whole dungeoneering achievement collection thing.
Cool.
And, let's see, I did the new events that came out last week. I was done with them pretty quickly, actually. I think I did 4 of them and then 4 or 5, and then I was done. But, yeah, it was, didn't quite get my hype going that much, but it did remind me of like the early days of Flame and Frost back in 2013 when they first started rolling out living story stuff.
In what way? Just the fact that they were
just new events, basically.
New events.
There wasn't much to them, but you could tell it was gonna start to build.
So it started small.
Yes, and I see you adding things to what we did this week.
Trying to type quiet. I apparently didn't actually read what you wrote.
And on Saturday we did this guild group thing where we went around gathering Elderwood and Mithril for Relics of War, because Relics of War is really close to finishing off every single guild upgrade.
Yeah.
Yep, we just need Elderwood and Mithril, so...
And that was normally guild missions night, but I guess they weren't really, or we, because I'm also in the Relics 4 guild, didn't really need a lot of influence. Influence, right?
Yeah.
So
or
that, and I
also
went along for that. And if you're done, I'm just going to jump in what I did this week.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, because I also did that, and I had a lot of fun because Spirit gathers like I do, which is like bounce from node to node with very little consideration for efficiency. Well, not very little.
Or staying in a group so that you can tell which direction you're going to go.
And would you agree that I was able to stick to her like glue pretty much the most?
Somehow, yes. I mean, I thought I was staying on top of her, but then I'd end up at the end of the tail of the group, and I was like, slow down. What are you in such a hurry for? It took 2 hours to do anyway, like 2 zones, I think.
Yeah, and you guys were mostly done Melkors by the time I was able to join up. So I was really only there for...
Yeah, we did stuff to do, like a couple events here and there. So.
Yeah, and I came in basically when you guys moved on to Curse Shore. So I did all of Curse Shore with you guys. It was a lot of fun. I quite enjoyed it. It was very low pressure and fun. The other thing I did this week, which made me laugh because Hunter filled this in for me very helpfully, and I'm going to read what it says. Allona, mentioned I had more giant kills than Hunter towards the Giant Slayer achievement, and he entered a primal rage state and rage quit the game, and then I laughed and laughed on Twitter, inciting my followers to make fun of him.
Yes, and then you've helpfully added onto what I wrote, true story.
It's true, because it's all true. So I had 28, and you had 25, but I know that you've basically have committed to surpassing me.
Yes, I surpassed you within about an hour of you mentioning it, just so you know.
How did you... so I tried to find giants to kill, and I couldn't find any, so I need your help with that.
Well, there's only 3 events. There's the
there's
Harathi Hinterlands event on the far northeast.
Yeah.
There's the Nagaling giant in the Diesa Lowlands, or is it Plains? Plateau.
Diesa Plateau, yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a giant that you can kill in an event in the southwest of Brisbane Highlands. Mm-hmm. And basically, I just would teleport between those 3 places and see if the event was up and kill giants. I'm at 35 now.
Okay, awesome. Well, I want to hop through there. So I was talking with Panther, and I was saying, I wonder how many Spirit has. She would probably share a screen cap of how many she had, and if it was over like a certain amount, and then Panther pointed out, or if you can Photoshop, you could just make your own. And I was like, oh, I could. So I thought of like making a variety, like a staggered number. Whatever number you said, I was going to queue up the one that was 1 higher.
Evil. This is what I have to put up with.
But I didn't do it.
And I happen to know that Spirit has fewer giant kills than I do. I just don't remember how many.
So anyway, that was good because I knew you went bonkers on it, and I knew I was going to be able to catch up.
Well, bonkers? Well, you made such a big deal out of it.
I never have anything more than you. Buddy, let me have this. Nope.
Fine.
Could squash Allona's dreams.
That's what I do.
Of course, that gets a chuckle. I remembered that I also did the new events, although I'm not completely done. There is the final one that I still have to do. So
the one where you prevent the aspects from collecting leyline energy?
I can't remember. There's one more I need to do. It actually hasn't unlocked for me yet, I don't think. Or maybe it has. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I think it just unlocks when you get it.
Okay. All I know is I listed what I had, and you said there's one more.
Yeah,
so I don't have it yet. Yeah, and I have 3. I have made some more progress for Astralaria. I spent a ton on Deldrimor steel, well, by my standards, a ton on Deldrimor steel ingots, because holy Hannah, those take a long time to make. And not to mention that they use materials that you need full stacks of. Welcome to Tier 2. It's like, oh my gosh, it's a lot of stuff. But I would say I do still feel like I'm making progress. Like I don't feel stalled.
Yeah, well,
it's
prepare to feel stalled. Because after you're making the axe? Yeah, the mithril axe something, right?
I'm on the making the weighted axe haft. So that's elderwood. So that's a stack.
Okay, so you're past that. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm on that. Yeah, I made the honed axe blade because I bought the Deldrimor.
Yeah, like thousands worth, I would assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did that. And Ultra's in chat. Hello, Ultra. Ultra. Train literally just went by. Boom. That's awesome. If only we had pulled you into the call just long enough to hear the train.
The train.
I believe that turtle would do that. That does sound like something. Okay, is her name actually Shelley? I don't remember this. If it is, that's awesome. So moving on to other things I did. I did guild missions with Maven, and I actually
How did that go?
the week prior, I won one of the races. Was it last week?
Congratulations.
Or the week before? And I got, so I have a 10-second penalty. If anyone's unsure what this is, Maven does guild missions, which you can watch on Bog Otter's YouTube channel, where there's highlights of them. And they do the guild race, and you have to say when you've passed the finish line. And if you come in last, you have to make a sound of the winner's choosing. And the winner also gets a 10-second penalty that accumulates with every win. And if you lose, it gets wiped out to 0. So I have a 10-second penalty. There are people, I think, with 30-second penalties right now already. And they reset it at the beginning of the year. So everyone started 2016 base. This week went well. Middle of the pack. Best case scenario, really. Best case. What sound did I choose? Oh, I think I did a Norn who's broken his toe. And that was because Richie broke his toe a while ago. And I thought that people making the noise he would make when he broke his toe would be funny. So that was the noise I chose. Although I've started a short list of sounds, so that, because if you come in first and have not chosen a sound by the time the last person passes, you also have to make a noise. I guess they were tired of waiting for people coming up with something. Aside from guild missions with Maven, I did all 3 paths, explorable paths of Crucible of Eternity, and that was with you, Hunter, and
yes,
you, Panther, Kelly, and
Romo, I think.
Romo, yes, Romo, and it was a lot of fun. I tweeted out the tale of hilarity that happened. It's a common joke for Hunter, and do other people in Relics say it as well?
I think so. I'm not sure who came up with it. I enjoy repeating it. It might have been me, but it probably wasn't.
Just a sec. This might be too late, but I'm doing it anyway. So when you go through the path, there's this one area where Hunter, you're the only one I've ever heard say it. So Hunter will always go hey, that.
Shall I repeat the?
Yeah, you can do it. You can tell this
so
part.
Each path goes through the same point where you finish this little puzzle with lasers, and then you go up some stairs, and then this audio cue sounds off, talking about how, attention, the cafeteria is now closed. And basically, whenever I finish the laser portion, I just offer to buy everyone lunch, and then the audio cue plays.
and then express oh, sadness. I'm sorry, guys. I won't be able to buy you lunch. And what happened this last time that happened, Panther, as we're all like, oh, that's too bad. That would have been awesome if you'd been able to buy us lunch. And Panther said, I don't know if you'd really want to eat at an inquest facility. And I said, well, I don't know. They'd probably serve a lot of salad. And then Romo died.
Everyone laughed quite hard at that joke. It was,
yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bad joke, but I was very pleased. bad in the oh no, that's awful, but also good. I was very pleased with myself, which is why I'm repeating it here.
Yes. I
actually typed here, gathered like a mofo. I don't know if that makes it not safe for work saying that, but I'm sticking by it. I also dry topped for a bit to get geodes for, you guessed it, Astralaria, because I need 400 geodes. And I was actually a little bit surprised how much I actually remember of the path. Because you quizzed me on it.
Yes.
And I don't think I missed any. Other than there was that new event that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
The mystery champ.
Yeah, there's a certain chain of events you can follow in Dry Top to maximize the amount of events you complete and therefore geodes you can get. And there's recently with the update they switched one of the rare spawns to be fairly permanent and near this chain of events. So you can get like 80 geodes if you're on your game.
Yep, and I went through pretty. Normally I'm on follow mode in there, but because I was by myself, I just did it, and I was like, "Yay me! I'm a big girl." Oh, it's all bad. And just before the show, I bought the Wreath of Cooperation because I could.
Cooperation, I think you mean.
Cooperation. Yes, cooperation. And that's it. I'm probably forgetting stuff, as evidenced by the fact that I was typing stuff into it while
I was
you were
doing
talking
mine,
about
not
yours.
rude at all. Not rude at all.
Yes, I'm totally listening to you. Type. With that said, we live stream Wednesdays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Time at twitch.tv/MMO Reporter. You can subscribe to the audio version of the podcast on iTunes and Stitcher and wherever you like to get your podcasts from. Probably there. Whatevs. And remember to rate and review us so that other people know we're a real podcast, and I guess for the time being you would read the reviews.
I would.
You would, because I'm doing this part.
Oh, that's a surprise. Okay.
Surprise! And I did actually get an in-game message, which I could read, I guess, but I'm not entirely sure. But it was very, very, very sweet, and it actually made me tear up a little bit.
Yes, and I believe I made fun of you for that.
You did make fun of me for that, but
because
it's
it's not that sweet. I mean,
you're a terrible person. It was lovely.
Okay.
So, you know who you are,
nice.
and thank you for sending it.
It was nice.
It was very nice. You don't get in-game mails like that.
That's true, but then I discourage it, so...
I don't want friends.
Think we're ready for another attack?
From land, air, or sea, we won't be caught off guard again.
Report from Lion's Arch.
Long live Lion's Arch.
There are new events, and they are sprouting friends in Snowden Drifts, Blaze Ridge Steppes, and Mountain Maelstrom. So the original events that spawned at the update last week now, as of yesterday, have a pair of, or a twin, somewhere else in the zone. So
okay.
Yeah. So
I wonder if that's because when I was at them, there were so many people there, it was kind of hard to get, or do you think it's just progression of the...
I think it's probably progression. I don't know if they'd be able to put together another event in the zone that quickly.
Okay.
And they're exactly the same as the original events, except they're just somewhere else in the same zone. One is at Brandview in northwest Blaze Ridge. One is southeast of Irwin Isle in Mount Maelstrom. And another is north of Molarity Waypoint. I forget what it's called. Mole something. And yeah, they're just the same events in different places. But you can see the ley line energy and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. If things continue like this, if they keep adding new events, I'm gonna get pretty hyped.
Yeah, I was really impressed with how loot-wise rewarding they were too, and they spawned fairly frequently.
Every 10 minutes or so, I think.
It felt like sooner. Maybe it was 10 minutes, but it definitely felt faster than that to me because I was still dealing with some inventory and like, oh, it's starting again. I was like, wow, that was fast.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I just inventory slow. There is that distinct possibility.
It's possible.
It's possible. There was a post on the forum, a dev post, where they talked about no update for fixing the Heroes, what is it here? Heroes Choice chests. And Gail responded, she said, sorry for the delay in an update, but at this point I don't know of any new information about this situation, but I have written the team and asked for news on this and will post when there's a time frame available.
Yeah, so the Hero's Choice chests were disabled last week because there was some bug where you could exploit the crap out of them.
Do you know what that was exactly? Or
somehow you could if you opened them in the right way, you got another one, and you could just keep opening them over and over again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exploity.
Yeah. So, I'm sad that they're gone because they were actually a pretty good reward and one of my favorite new rewards, and yeah, can't get them anymore. You could have gotten, what did you call it? You know, the machined plate that you used to buy the machined weapons in Dragonstand.
Yeah.
You could get those from the Hero's Chest in Vertibrank, and I thought that was one of the better ways to get those. And now they're gone.
I just trading posted to get mine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, except you can't buy the plates themselves, but...
Yeah, you have to buy the rare reclaimed weapons. And
yep.
Before the update a few weeks ago, they were like several gold on the trading post. But those prices have come down, so...
I think they've come down because the rate for salvaging the metal plate is, well, in my case, out of 4 of them, 100%.
Yeah.
I don't know if I just got exceedingly lucky. And if I spent all of my good luck RNG on metal plates, I will be irritated. if it's still exceedingly hard, and that's, well, oh great, I got 2 extra metal plates.
Well, you do need them for the Ascended weapon specialization collection.
I needed 2, and so now I have 2 extra. So whichever one I go for next, because I'm still currently trying to get Horologicus done, but I need to finish Dragonstand, and that's a problem.
You don't need to finish Dragonstand, do you?
I'm not getting any luck out of the Noxious Pods for the piece that I need to drop out of those. Whereas I think it's guaranteed from the final chest.
Okay, yes.
I think.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody get in chat.
There was a post on the forums as well about the next PvP season. Season 3 starts next week.
Skipping my portion of...
I totally am.
Yeah, that was big ol' H there, I'm just saying.
I'm gonna just okay, you can do yours. I'll
No, do you want to continue? I probably should not have interrupted right in the middle. Okay.
Well, we do have we have a forum here, so and I jumped ahead.
Okay, so yeah, there were scoring changes announced on the official forums for World vs. World, and basically they are reducing the need for 24-hour coverage by reducing the effects of off-hour capping and reducing the number of runaway matches. And to do that, they're going to change to a week-long match. Change from a week-long match into 2-hour skirmishes, where winning a skirmish by a small margin or large margin awards the same number of victory points.
That's a big deal.
Yeah. So I don't think
a week to 2 hours.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the actual who owns a tower or who owns a keep changes. Just the scoring of whoever gets the most points during that 2-hour period awards victory points towards the overall score.
I will say that I'm not sure if you've noticed this, but I've certainly noticed, the bonuses that you can get from World vs. World in PvE, like harvesting bonuses. I am getting a lot more multiple hits, which is anytime I start getting 4 hits off of something, like a plant, like a gathering, I think, okay,
I think,
we're doing pretty good, and I'll go and look like, yeah, we're doing pretty good.
well, they've talked about removing the World versus World bonuses to PvE. I don't know if you know that.
I could see why they would. I mean, I've always liked that, and honestly, it is what guilts me into going into World versus World to help contribute for what I am benefiting from. I don't know if that's a factor for anyone else, but when I'm like, I'm getting a lot of benefits because Tarnished Coast is doing pretty good in World versus World, I should probably go help as well.
Yeah, well,
Though I'm probably more of a problem, but...
Yeah, well, the main people who benefit from World vs. World wins are PvE players who never go into World vs. World, so it makes a lot of sense. Plus, I think they were saying that they could improve rewards in World vs. World if they removed how the bonuses effect of creating more things for PvE players, so they can make an argument for improving in World vs. World rewards instead.
Yeah. And I could totally see that. I mean, I know that that's something to look for if I'm having a lot of fortune with gathering or what have you. I'm like, oh, okay, I know to look. But I would argue that most players don't, especially newer players, don't really know to do that or know that that exists.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see why. I mean, I like it, but I could totally see why they would be thinking about not having it anymore. Hey, look, it's me talking now.
Okay.
PvP Season 3 starts next week. There was a post on the official forums, I believe it was.
Yes.
My link is actually to Delphi because that's where I find a lot of stuff too. The post went, "Hi all, PvP League Season 3 is just around the corner, and with that, we'd like to let you know about a few upcoming PvP amulet changes. The following changes will take effect on May 17th. Mercenary Amulet will no longer be available for use. The cost of Viper's Amulet will be eliminated. Anyone who had purchased this amulet prior to May 17th will be refunded the full purchase price via in-game mail." And they're like 10 gold, aren't they, for those?
Yeah, I don't know. There shouldn't have been a price to begin with, to be honest.
Yeah, I never bought any of the priced ones, but I could totally see if you had the money for it. Oh, do we want to jump in here? We have a clarification for the scoring changes.
Okay.
From hashtag. It's not a change from 1 week matches to 2-hour matches, but we'll split the week-long matches into 2-hour time slices we are calling skirmishes.
Well, that's what I meant.
Score.
I mean, I think I got that across. Hashtag.
Score is used to determine the winner of a skirmish. Skirmishes award varying amounts of victory points based on placement. Victory points are used to determine match victor when a skirmish ends. War score is reset, but actual map state remains unchanged.
Yeah, I don't think that's different from anything I said. Whatever.
All right, I'm going to finish this note from Gail Gray on the official forums about PvP Season 3. On a related note, the Balance team has been keeping an eye on how things have settled after the April 19th release, and you can expect some adjustments to some of our outlier skills with the launch of PvP League Season 3. More news on that front next week. Now, I'm not sure where they're necessarily getting PvP Season 3 starts next week, but I think I actually saw something on the actual site for Guild Wars 2 news. I think I saw, but maybe I'm lying. Yep, I'm not seeing it here.
So yeah, I don't know
So
why
now
they
you
haven't announced...
stop arguing with hashtag and chat and...
I'm trying to talk about your thing here.
Okay.
I don't know why they haven't officially announced, like, the PvP season anywhere except for, like, forum posts.
I don't know either, but it normally starts at the end of a tournament, doesn't it? Am I making that up?
I don't think so.
Okay. That's fair. I never took part in any of the last season, but I will try to get more into it this season. I don't like people being angry with me.
Yeah, I don't know. That's like the atmosphere for most PvP, and I just don't appreciate it, and so I don't participate. Okay, so new gem store items. There are... What?
I'm just cheering.
Okay.
In
So
advance.
there's a sloth backpack for 500 gems and a cosmic mining tool for 1,000 gems. And along with some discounts, there's some discounts. The Wreath of Cooperation is on for half price. I'm not really a big fan of the Wreath, but it's 200 gems.
It's totally worth 200 gems, though. Totes.
I don't know.
Totally.
How much is that? How much is that in gold? It's like 150 gold or something.
Yeah, but what is... I never buy gold or gems with gold, so I just think about what's that of my actual cash monies, and it's worth it.
Yeah, well, there's the Jungle Explorer outfit for 490 gems, which is a fairly good deal for an outfit, but I'm not really a fan of the Jungle Explorer. And then there's the Rampart Armor skin for 640 gems, which is 20% off. I actually find that set to be kind of hideous.
Key has it. She really quite likes it.
Mm-hmm. And the mining tool is kind of cool, but it's also like got one of the biggest effects for a mining tool.
The word you actually typed in show notes was obnoxious.
Yeah, it's big and loud and in your face.
Yes, and that's what makes it amazing. I kind of like it.
So I guess we're done with gem store items unless Hashtag has anything she wants to add.
I'm not done because I love the backpack.
Okay.
I love the animations for it are spectacular. And part of it is if the tune is running, it has different animations. And for a char, because they go down on, they run on 4s if they don't have weapons drawn. It kind of lays flat on its back. Like for most of them, it kind of leans back, kind of almost like getting the wind across their neck or something. But for the char, they lean forward and they kind of bounce up and down on their back. Like super exaggerated, like they're hanging on for dear life. Yes, I can't imagine you couldn't sloth mini with the sloth backpack, Zero Katsuni.
Do you require my assistance?
Ask an Azura.
We didn't get any questions. Also, to be fair, we didn't prompt on any social media to send us any questions. But send us a question or two,
Please.
And we will try to answer it. But we do have our tips.
Yeah, so brown pigment, it is way cheaper to use your cook to make dyes using cooking ingredients like potatoes and nutmeg. And then you make brown dye and then you salvage it. It doesn't matter if you make like the master level or the expert level. I would suggest just the novice level blue dyes, and then just you salvage them and you get more brown pigment out of those than you would by buying them for the same amount of money.
Okay.
It's pretty expensive to buy the brown dyes because it's like 25
Still?
silver last I
I
checked.
thought they had dropped in price. Or I thought they would have dropped in price.
With the
yeah,
I
19th
think
patch.
they've dropped a very slight amount, but the prices remain fairly steady.
Clouded has a potato farmer alt. Gotta get the potatoes. My tip actually was a suggestion from Hunter because I couldn't think of anything. Because I give credit where credit's due. With the new dailies, jumping puzzles are frequently among the offering. And if you log in to do your dailies, especially closer to reset, get there, there's going to be probably 6 or 7 mesmers that will very nicely portal you up. But even still, if it's like within that evening, there's usually portals in the offering.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a terrible tip. No, so, wait, that sounds like, oh wait, Hunter gave it to me, it's a terrible tip. No, I just, that's not what I meant, but your tip is better.
No. Oh, well, I have, all I do is, for when the jumping puzzles come up, is go find a portal and wait for somebody to report me to the end. So, I think it's a good tip.
I always end up just jumping them. I don't know why.
Well, it's kind of fun. And
Yeah.
Jumping puzzles.
I do like them, actually. And I always intend to help portal people, but there's like a bazillion mesmers there. I'm like, yeah, I'm not needed. I'm just going to go on and do something else.
Tales of Tyria.
Okay, so last week, or about 6 days ago, I would say, there was cultural glider designs up on Reddit, and they were really good. And at first I thought, oh, these are so good, they look almost data mined. Yeah, they're very beautiful, and I thought they deserved a mention.
Yes, they are wonderful. A lot of them actually they'll show what it looks like when you're not gliding, so more as a backpack item, and then what it would look like while active, so while you're actually gliding. So like the Azura one, the energy bits condense back in, and obviously the char won't have any flame coming out. The Norn one is exceptionally pretty, I think, because it goes from like this almost like wooden look to very spirit-like.
Yeah.
And love them lots.
All very good.
So good. And the other thing that I saw just today that made me cackle with laughter and tweeted about because it was so delightful. Apparently, the Chumbawamba short bow, the projectiles that are cats are affected by the bobblehead. So you will shoot bobble-headed cats out of your bow. It is the best ever. And
yeah.
I don't know if I like it more than googly eyes, but it's pretty high up there. Right? It is the best. In fact, in the show notes, Zero Katsuni, I have bobble-headed cat projectiles equal best. That is what this is titled. It is so good.
And she has commentary. I love this. Love.
That is my commentary. I am scintillating on air and off.
And on next Wednesday, I think, they're having a community showcase live. So, yeah, watch for that next Wednesday.
Yep. At noon Pacific time.
Is that actually live or recorded?
It will be on Twitch on Wednesday, May 18th, noon Pacific time.
So probably recorded.
There was... Oh, I see what you're saying. So there was no guild chat. I was bummed. I was like, I had a small panic attack, like, oh, I have to watch guild chat still to see if there's anything we can put in the show, and realize, oh, wait a minute. Look, there's nothing. I'm just so used to it being there.
We're actually pretty much done the show.
We are done the show. Oh. One thing I would like to say is everyone, if in chat specifically at this point, but if you're listening to the show, send good thoughts to Celeste, for they are hoping to add a new member to their family very, very soon. And I want that to go super awesome. And I want everyone else to want that too.
Yeah, good luck, Celeste.
Yeah.
Kind of inappropriate to say good luck, but...
I think good luck is somewhat applicable.
Okay. Well,
it's better than the alternative. That was almost a well-enunciated word. Alternative.
I'll take the first one. It was fine.
Oh no, the audio cutouts are happening now? Oh. I'm actually very concerned about our audio because if you look in Zencaster Hunter, look how low yours is compared to mine.
I can't see anything, to be honest. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the thing. Yeah, they're very low compared to yours.
After this, I would like to do a quick test. Once we're not live. The local recording ought to be good. I have enlisted the help of someone who hopefully continues to love and adore me after they do the editing for me. So that will be the hero of Shaymore doing the editing. because I'm not. Yes, best wishes to Celeste and Celeste's family. But mostly Celeste.
Yes, and let's hope she names the new kid something based on Guild Wars 2. Yeah, that could be a prompt for next week. If you were going to name Celeste's kid after something from Guild Wars 2, what would the name be?
Grit.
What, you don't like that?
No, I'm thinking of what would be good ones. I wouldn't recommend Air, because we know that ends badly. So it's just a pretty name.
No, we're not naming her kid Bravo to the Hero of Shaymar.
Oh, jeez. Why are you so hard on hashtags? Stop it. Evan! I couldn't vote Evan. Oh, I have to text Celeste that right now. The chat is voting that you name the baby Evan. I'm totally going to send that to her.
I'm going with Ellen Keel. I'm voting Ellen Keel for
Again?
council. Yes.
The chat is voting. You name the baby Evan. There we go. Or at least Zero Kitsune is. And that's what I was doing before that Hunter was making fun of me. I was narrating while I typed. Such grief. Such grief, Hunter.
It was a joke about how the timing of the chat is different from when we're talking, so her thing came in much later, and it sounded like she was just a joke.
You know what I didn't do, Hunter?
What?
I didn't put my little cheaty about how Celeste always ends the show. Thank you, Hunter, for joining me tonight and for the foreseeable future.
What? My pleasure?
Yeah, you can't back out now.
Okay.
Thank you to chat room. You were very wonderful and chatty and informative. And thank you to anyone who chooses to listen to us on whichever platform suits you, whether it be YouTube or the audio podcast or streaming from our website. Thank you so much. And we hope to see you in game.
May the Six watch over you.
So if you have a community event that you would like for us to share, please send us an email.
Legion calls.
And if you've got a burning question for our Ask an Azura segment, let us know.
Seize the moment.
And so now let's go ahead and talk about our sponsor.
More people should learn to barter.
If you are in dire need of audiobooks, or just, you enjoy books with sound, you can go to audibletrial.com/MMOreporter and you'll get a free audiobook.
I'm selling. You buying?
And if you use the coupon code MMOReporter at doghousesystems.com, you will get an additional 120 gig SSD drive for free on your next build, and or possibly a Superstar Destroyer.
No free samples.
So if you're in love with the show or the network, consider becoming a patron on our Patreon page. You should definitely check it out. Patreon.com/MMOReporter.
Let's see the color of your coin.
So, Allona, if people want to get into contact with us to share their questions, answers, or corrections, how could they do so?
They can email us at gwreporter@mmoreporter.com. Twitter is @gwreporter. Our website is guildwarsreporter.com. You can leave us a voicemail at 616-666-6778 or use the widget on the right-hand side of the website. YouTube is MMO Reporter Network, and remember to like our videos and subscribe to the GW Reporter playlist. And while you're hanging out there, try some of the other shows. You might find something you like. Facebook is GW Reporter. Tumblr is gwreporter.tumblr.com.
You must visit more often.
And you can visit us on Twitter. I am at OneBigPear, as in the fruit.
And I am at Selyuki.
Or at Hunter's Insight, one word.
You're kidding, right?
Or you can find us in game, where I am Selyuki.5046.
And I'm OneBigPear.1249.
Incredible!
And you can get me in game at Hunt, H-U-N-T, I forget my user display name or whatever.
I can't believe it.
Until next time.
Yes, that's right. So thank you for coming and watching the video, and we hope to see you in game.
So that's how it's done.
I can see my grass. You need to talk. Hunter.
Huh? Oh, hello.
You need to make random noises.
Yeah, well, I was looking up alliterate words to use in conjunction with greeting you, Allona.
Because you love that so much.
And I typed in ALL, and one of the Google suggestions was Alan Legier, who you may remember as an infamous Canadian serial killer.
How's that? Is that okay?
I think that was good.
Did I miss anything that Celeste normally says?
No, I think it was great. We usually say in-game information or something, didn't we? Or did
No, that's all pre-recorded.
Oh, right.
The wonderful, artful records it for us. It does stuff. We are so lucky. We are the luckiest people on the face of the planet. We're almost to episode 190. And then just 10 after that is episode 200, Hunter.
Yeah.
200.
And I've been in 11 episodes
11
now.
episodes. I don't know how many I've been in.
Damn near half, right?
Actually, yeah, we were talking the one time and I did math, and it was over half of them, which struck me because I still kind of feel like new kid on the block for this, and I've actually been doing it for longer than when Chris was hosting with Celeste. Will I miss episode 200? No! I will not miss it! Let's destroy LA again. Well, there is that concept art with the tidal wave with the three-headed dragony thing coming at Lion's Arch by the looks of it.
All right.
I was doing the dailies yesterday, and it was Lornar's Pass event completer. And I was in there, I did an event, and Panther from the guild hopped on, and I said, did you want to join me while I do this? And he said, okay. And I said, oh, there's an event. And I look, and I said, oh, it's fogged. I'll just take the nearest waypoint. So I took the nearest waypoint and started running around and doing stuff. And we were there for probably half an hour doing events. And I said, I don't understand what's going on. I'm doing events, and I'm not getting any credit for it. And I can't remember, was it you, Hunter, who said something, or was it Panther?
I think it was Panther.
It was Panther. He goes, well, you wouldn't be. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, we're not in Lornar's Pass. I'm like, what do you mean? So I had accidentally waypointed to Dredge Haunt and had been running around Dredge Haunt, spamming Matt. Where are the events? Why are people calling out events? I'm not even in the right zone anymore.
Thanks for watching the video, everybody. Don't forget to check out all the other podcasts at MMOreporter.com or by clicking on any of the links here. And please check out our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MMOreporter. Thanks, everyone, and see you in game.